dog, yo.
All right, y'all, let's dive right into it. Because lately, man, I don't know what's been going on with Cameraman. Something is off. If you shoot music videos right now, especially in Chicago, you might want to think twice before stepping out. And if an artist keeps hitting you with the "where you at, bro?" text every couple of minutes, yeah, that's your red flag. Stay home, don't even go. It's wild to even have to say that, because not long ago, cameramen were considered untouchable, off limits. Everybody knew the rule. You don't mess with the person holding the camera. Think back to Zach TV. He was going block to block, sitting down with rappers, ops, moms, cousins, everybody. And he was respected. Why? Because folks understood his purpose. Cameramen play a crucial role. They're the ones who put an artist on a map visually. Most up-and-coming rappers aren't getting picked up by the Shade Room, Baller Alert, or other mainstream outlets. They rely on these independent shooters to help tell their story and push their brand forward. So when people start setting up cameramen, robbing them, or disrespecting their craft, it's not just hurting the cameraman, it's dragging down the whole scene. And sadly, this ain't new. It really got brought to light after the whole Lil Osama situation, when he was accused of booking a cameraman just to steal his gear. That camera equipment was worth thousands of dollars, gone in the blink of an eye. And now, we're seeing it again. This time the name being brought up is Tay Savage. If you don't know, Tay Savage is tied in with some big names out of Chicago. Lil Reese, Lil Durk, O Block. So when a cameraman hears, "Yo, Tay Savage wants you to shoot a video," of course that feels like a good look. That's why this story hit people hard. According to the cameraman, here's how it went down. Tay Savage reached out, wanted to do a Father's Day shoot. They locked in the date, everything seemed cool. Cameraman pulls up to the location, expecting business as usual. But instead of filming a video, he gets led into a backyard. Out of nowhere, a masked man in black appears with a gun. They try to drag him toward a cellar door, but when that doesn't work, they turn the gun on him and demand his camera. Now, put yourself in his shoes. You've worked hard, saved up, bought that expensive gear. That's your livelihood. That's your dream. And in a few seconds, it's snatched away. He says he lost a Sony FX3, a Handycam, lights, batteries, a $500 SD card with over a terabyte of footage from past shoots, all of it. $7 grand worth of equipment, gone. He says the guys escaped through a fence and jumped into a track-hauled Jeep waiting for them. And to make it worse, when he checked Instagram afterwards, he realized he was blocked by Tay Savage's account. That alone doesn't prove everything, but it definitely doesn't look good. So how did Tay Savage respond? Instead of addressing the situation directly, he hopped online, laughed it off, and threw up a rat emoji, basically saying, "Y'all take the internet too seriously." But here's the problem. This isn't just internet drama. A man is literally saying, "You set him up to get robbed." That's not some little rumor. That's an accusation of armed robbery. And with the screenshots and DMs being shown, it's not something you can just brush off as people talking too much. And this is where I think people get it twisted. The cameraman is not a gang member. He's not a rapper. He's not in the streets. He's a regular guy who saved up his money to buy some nice equipment so he could chase his dream. He even said himself, he doesn't want to call the police. He's not looking to file a report. He just wants his equipment back. And honestly, he's not wrong for that. But because of this whole street code mindset, people start throwing around the word rat. How can you call a civilian a rat? He's not in the streets. He's just trying to do his job and got robbed for it. And that right there shows how dangerous this mindset is. Because now a regular guy feels like he can't even protect himself legally without getting blackballed by the very people he needs to work with. And if this continues, it's only going to hurt the artists. Cameramen are going to stop pulling up. They're going to avoid certain names, certain areas, certain crews. And when that happens, fewer music videos get made. Less content gets pushed out. The scene slows down. On top of that, word spreads fast. Once people feel like you can't be trusted, that you're bad for business, most legit videographers won't want to touch you. And Tay Savage, whether he did this or not, just having these accusations tied to his name hurts his credibility. especially when he's been out here pushing this whole peace, positivity, Muslim lifestyle. This doesn't line up with that image at all. At the end of the day, a man lost his gear, lost his means of making money, and got traumatized in the process. Meanwhile, the response from Tay Savage was basically to laugh it off. And that's the disconnect here. For one person, this is just another day of internet gossip. But for the cameraman, this is his life, his career, his ability to pay bills and feed his family. And when you take that away from somebody, you're not just stealing a camera. You're taking away opportunities, memories, everything they've worked for. That's not something to joke about. So the question is, where does this leave us? Should cameramen now start protecting themselves like artists do? Should Tay Savage take more accountability for the people using his name? Or is this just the ugly reality of doing business in the streets of Chicago? Y'all let me know in the comments how you feel about it. And of course, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so this story gets into the algorithm. More stories coming your way soon.